Louis, obviously a great win last game out. How big a boost to the confidence is that going into what's going to be another game, a big weekend game at Hampden?
Yeah, I think it's done a lot of confidence for the group. It was almost going into it like a must-win game because you could see other teams picking up results. So if we wanted to keep in touch with everyone, we sort of had to win that. And now, looking at the table, it puts us in a much better position going into this game of like if we win, then it's in our hands of what could happen. So yeah, it's just a big bit of confidence for the group.
Exactly that. It is all in your own hands now. I mean, does that make it quite simple and straightforward in a way, knowing that a win against Queen's sees you back in the safe zone?
Yeah, it's probably as simple and straightforward as it can be. It just feels like better as a team to be in a position where we're not relying on anybody else to drop points. That we know as a group, if we do our job, then we'll get out of it completely fine.
And going into this game, they're going to be licking their wounds, obviously, because it was a 5-0 game against United for them last time out. What are you expecting for them? Does it make them more dangerous, do you think?
Yeah, I think any team coming off the back of a result like that can go one or two ways. It can either make them lose confidence, but then a bit of a kick up the backside because they've been doing well up until that result. So, regroup over the week and they'll probably be pushing even harder to bounce back from that. So we've just got to be prepared for that, and I think we are as a group. But we're just focusing on us going into the game in the best position as possible.
Thank you very much. Great.
As a player, obviously, I understand it's a relegation battle, but is there a part of you that enjoys this kind of pressure on you that this start of the season was so much to play for?
I think as a player you want to go into the end of the season playing for something, not necessarily what we're playing for at the minute, but it makes you want to perform better because there's obviously something on the line, but we'd obviously be rather looking at the other playoffs than the ones that we're in at the minute.
Obviously you came off the bench on Saturday. How much are you hoping to make an impact in these last few games before the end of the season?
Well, yeah, I've had quite a few weeks out, so it's just that eagerness to get back and try and help and impact the team as much as possible, whether that's from the bench or starting, just any way to try and help us push through the last few games.
You were speaking about how it's obviously in your own hands now as well. Does that give you some kind of clarity? I suppose it's all kind of cup final matches after lead on in.
Yeah, I think because it's in our control. Like I said, we don't have to worry about what anybody else is doing. We can just focus more on ourselves and know that if we perform the way we know we can, that we'll be fine because we're not relying on anybody else.
What have you made of Queen's Park this season and the other times that you've played that come out against them?
I think they're a very good team. We've obviously had a mixture of results against them, but the last time we played them away, it was probably the best performance of the season for us. So I think going into that, if we can just try and replicate something like that or as close to that as possible, then we're fine. But it gives us a lot of confidence that we've gone away from home and played against them in that way.